So we're going into the world of Naruto that we all know and enjoy a lot. Very complicated title. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations. Could you explain why this very complicated title first of all?
The Ultimate Ninja series has been being made for the past 10 years. And over these 10 years, we've sold over 8.5 million copies of games from the series. And so basically, when you add together Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm, Storm Generations, you get a long title. But it's sort of a badge of pride for us.
Speaking of that and the 10 years that you've made these games, how do you keep it fresh? How do you sort of continue to innovate and make it interesting?
So we're always thinking about what we can do new, and for Storm Generations, one thing that we found that we can do, as you might figure from the title, it has both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden series characters, and it comes out to the most characters of any game in the Ultimate Ninja series thus far. Additionally, for Generations, we've added over 60 minutes of new anime content created by Studio Pierrot, which is the anime studio that creates the original Naruto animation.
So fans must get it.
So not only the fans of Naruto, but we hope that game fans in general will be interested in playing the title. And in order to get fans and Naruto fans and game fans to play online together worldwide for a long-term kind of a basis, we've updated the Ultimate Ninja control system for Generations in various ways to make each battle quicker and just more fun to play.
So going into more detail, how have you achieved this in the game?
So basically 8.5 million copies of games from the series out in the world. We get opinions now from all over the world, including Japan and other countries. Listening to those opinions, one thing that we've done, first off, is it used to be the same button for both guard and substitution, but now we've separated those buttons. We've also separated the gauges. Using a substitution used to use up the chakra gauge. There's now a substitution gauge which is separate from the chakra gauge. So there's all kinds of things that we're thinking about and hearing the opinions of our audience to change in the game to make it better.
So what kind of sort of tactical changes does that switching the meters create?
So basically, because the chakra gauge, there was no separate gauge for substitutions, but it was just the chakra gauge. It was very easy for it to become like a sort of substitution match, where the first person who attacked was going to get the substitution done on them, and then the other character would be behind them, and then you would lose. So it was just a match about like dancing around each other and trying to find an opening. And although that in and of itself is fun, they thought that it would be more fun to make those separate. And by making them separate, the whole system is just easier to feel like you have the freedom to go ahead and attack. So basically, by making the substitution gauge separate, we were also able to make the number of substitutions that players could use much smaller. Because basically, by having the chakra gauge alone look after substitutions, there has to be enough chakra for players to have fun with jutsu, right? Outside of the substitution. So they could do a pretty good number of substitutions. Now, since that's a separate gauge, the number of substitutions has actually been reduced a lot. So players have to think about where they're going to use substitutions, and so it just makes it a lot more complicated to think about, okay, well, I have this number of substitutions, that's all. Another function that's been put in is a combination cancel button. Well, it's not a button, it's a system, really, which means that players can stop their combinations at any moment. Whereas before, there's a certain point at which you would go past in a combination that there was no end. You couldn't stop until the end of the combination. Now you can stop a combination pretty much anywhere. So it's made the whole technical side of the battle a lot higher level, as well as making battles a lot quicker because you have less, pointless combos going on.
So the final question, what do you think Naruto makes for good video games? What is it about the license that makes for good video games?
It's probably because CyberConnect 2 really loves Naruto.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you.